Good evening and welcome to HBS Stadium for round 15 regional round and the final game of regular season for both the Rabbitohs and the Panthers. And a few weeks ago this was being talked about as a spoon bowl, but the Rabbitohs have changed that narrative with back-to-back wins over the Titans and the Bulldogs. South Sydney are suddenly chasing a third straight win to finish off the year, while Penrith are desperate to avoid ending their season on the bottom. I'm your host tonight, Max Topoki, and with me in the booth we've got K-Mac. And K-Mac, there are a few really interesting storylines here tonight, but the biggest one for me is South Sydney and Finn Manning. This side has looked in real trouble a month ago, but now they've got a chance to finish with three straight wins. What have you made of the way he's held this side together?
Yeah, Finn Manning seems to have found his groove as a leader over the past few weeks. There's a confidence and calmness about the way he's going about things at the moment. He's backing the teammates, letting people play to their strengths. The whole team looks a lot more comfortable.
They certainly do, and a couple of good ones, and last week especially against the highly touted Bulldogs, who are one of the contenders to win this SRL Season 2. And we're underway now through the captain, TBK, and it's a good one too, down to Vin Meriton. He gets the ball off to Tim James, and suddenly, straight away, the Panthers are on defence, and they're doing a good job of it in the first couple of tackles. And the Rabbitohs will have to work their way out now from 90 metres out. After the second tackle, third tackle now, Walmsley, he gets a good run up the middle, and they're going to look to shift it near side now through Dixon. And Big Dixon, he's one of the strong runners for the Rabbitohs side, especially on this left edge, where they have looked dangerous lately, and Finn Manning, his partner in crime there, the captain. And a great set defensively to start off with for the Panthers, and the Rabbitohs just managing to get themselves out of trouble with the kick downfield to Riley Murray, and Murray on the return there will play the ball about 55 metres out from the try line now. So the Panthers in some good field position early on, K-Mac.
Yeah, this is kind of something that we've seen with the Panthers. They've definitely come to play most of the games. They just end up being outclassed at the end of the day. This would probably be a really good matchup tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good matchup, and there's desperation on one side, but both these teams have got nothing to lose. The Rabbitohs obviously finding some great form at the latter part of this season, and we're talking about form. These guys have been in trouble, like we said at the start of the season, but the Finn Manning project, as we've touched on before, has just been absolutely incredible to watch, and he's going to be a key leader for the future here as they look towards the next season. A couple of debutants in tonight's game for the Rabbitohs. We've got Phil McCracken getting his start on the wing, and we've got a young man on the bench. What can you tell me about these players, K-Mac?
Yeah, so as you said, we've got Phil McCracken starting on the wing, and Wee Lang will be on the bench. I mean, McCracken gets a chance to make an impact right from the opening. It's a really exciting time to be putting on jersey for your first SRL game. And being on the wing, it's one of those positions where like a big moment can make a lot of difference.
That's right. We've just had a bit of a spill there from the Panthers, and it's gone straight into the hands of the Rabbitohs, but they've run it straight into touch, and the Panthers get let off the hook there, as we see Hannah Hitchens now making a solid little half break through the middle of the field. They look to go left now, spreading it wide through Murray. Dom Young there on the wing position where he's been familiar with, but now obviously playing in the halves. We've got Wakabayashi now getting the ball off to Shackelford, and Shackelford met in a great tackle there by Mato, by the looks of it. TBK now will play the ball on the 40, and not much doing there is Hitchens on the wing, flirting with the touchline there, and Dom Young will get the kick away, but it straight down to Michael Moana, and really he's one of the danger men for the Rabbitohs. You don't want him seeing a lot of ball in this game if you're a Panthers supporter, as we see Matotia make a good run, but it's stripped in the end. Shackelford comes up with it. Mobster now He gets hit in a solid tackle, but the Panthers are in great field position now. They should have gone right there, but Nielsen decided he saw a bit of a gap there and tried to take it on himself. Third tackle now, they go left. Beats with the sidestep, and he's in for the first try of the night for the Panthers. And this is not how we thought this would go. I thought there would be a bit of an arm wrestle at K-Mac, but the Panthers have come out to play.
Yeah, the Panthers have they might be at the bottom of the ladder, but TBK's kept this group together through a lot of tough stretches. A lot of talent on this team, and Preston Beats is one of those talented players.
He certainly is, as we see another talented player, TBK, adding the two extras, and just short of 10 minutes gone, the Panthers find themselves up 6-0. If I was in the Rabbitohs camp, though, I wouldn't be too worried at the moment. They've shown over the last couple of months how they can put points on the board. So they'll just want to regroup here and back it up with a good defensive set now. As we see Declan Connell with the restart here and straight down the middle towards the goalpost, and Riley Murray's there to field it. Gets the ball off to Shackelford, and that's a great tackle by South Sydney. And that's what they want to be doing this set, K-Mac, is just keeping them down here as we see TBK try to get through a gap. This game really won on possession and territory, and if you don't have the possession in the right territory, you find it hard to win these matches. And if the Rabbitohs can keep them pinned down here in this set, they'll like their chances, as the Panthers opt to go for a 40-20 attempt, but it's not going to have the distance. And now the Rabbitohs are going to be starting a set from about 60 metres out from the try line. K-Mac, have you enjoyed the intensity of this match so far?
Yeah, it's definitely not what the intensity is not what you'd expect from the bottom of the ladder. It's as you said earlier, I think when you've got nothing to prove, you can just go out there and give it your best, and that's what these guys are definitely proving tonight.
I mean, yeah, a lot of the pre-game talk was about South Sydney's late season revival, but Penrith have just reminded everyone that they've still got something to say about how the season ends. And it's a great start for the Panthers, but they're just having to withhold the South Sydney attack at the moment, and they're not doing a bad job of it until now. Matotia gets the ball off, but it's gone to Ralph, and Ralph comes up with the ball, and the Panthers now back in possession. Murphy playing the ball. They're getting the ball out to Ralph again. Getting busy there in the right edge position. Shackelford looks for a sidestep, but he's not fooling anyone with that one. The big prop forward. They come near side now, and it's gone to Harrison Coward, and Coward's taking a good tackle, and that's another great defensive set by South Sydney. Penrith only managing to get 17 metres out of that set, and that's what you want to do on defence, isn't it, K-Mac? You want to strangle them down one end of the field and then give yourself good attacking opportunities after that.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't score tries when you're in the other person's half, in your own half, so that's the whole point of the this is what you're looking for with field position.
Unless you've got some absolute freaks in your team, which both of these teams do. The fullbacks tonight, Riley Murray and Michael Moana, this is one of the most exciting matchups I've been looking forward to seeing all year, and I've had to wait 15 rounds to see it, but these are two of my favourite fullbacks in the comp, and looking forward to seeing what they can do tonight. But now it's Coward's turn to show me something, and he gets past one defender. Murphy now with a little dart from dummy half gets the inside ball off to Nilsson. And these players looking to find some shape now early on. The Panthers, Riley Murray with a good little run there. They might look to get it into the middle now and sort of settle around that 40-metre mark and have themselves an opportunity at a 40-20, which they should get to. And someone's getting back into the pocket. It is Dom Young, and Dom Young with the kicking duties, but it's not a great one. He's shanked it to the right, and it's straight down the throat of Michael Moana, the man we spoke about before, who can be so dangerous. And that's a good return, getting straight up to the 40-metre line for the first tackle. Walmsley now making some good post-contact meters with a strong leg drive. They come left. Dixon. Dixon steps one. Can't get past the next two defenders though. But 45 metres out. Third tackle, Moana. Great little run there from a man that probably wasn't expecting the ball in that situation, but he got it nonetheless and made something of it. Dixon now, fifth tackle. Not many options here. You'd think it would just be a punt to the corner, which they do now through the boot of Ben Meriton. And it's a good kick too. It's found the turf, and Hitchens having to wait to pick that one up, which he does well to escape getting put into the touchline there. So great little kick return there in the end by Hannah Hitchens. TBK just got flattened by the South Sydney defence, and Riley Murray, he's off on a break now. He's broken one tackle. He's got a couple to beat, but can't quite get past there. But the Panthers now in great field position. Oh, risky offside, inside ball there to Mobson. But it's worked out all right. They go left again now through Shackelford. Manages to break through a tackle there, but he's taken in a good tackle eventually at the 40-metre line. First tackle again, so the Panthers may have had a set restart there. It could have been an accidental knock on by the Rabbitohs. Shackelford now put to the dirt by a couple of strong South Sydney defenders. Third tackle, they go deep into the pocket, inside outside play back into Riley Murray, but the Rabbitohs read that like a book, K-Mac.
Yeah, the Rabbitohs seem to have sorted out what the Panthers are up to, and have been right on top of it. They've taken 2 sets to get this far down the field.
That's true, and Ben Meriton looks to keep himself in the field of play there, which he does with some strong legs. It's a great ball to Dixon, and Dixon makes a few extra metres. Second tackle now, they go right. Ben Meriton. Flat ball out to Moana. Moana met in the tackle there pretty quickly. And they go now through Tim James, and Tim James with a sidestep, and we've seen quite a few props with the ability to sidestep in season 2 at SRL, but they've just turned over the ball, the Rabbitohs, and the Panthers have been given a decent opportunity now to put points on the board again. And they look to go blindside. McKinnon can't get the offload away to Hannah Hitchens. Hitchens maybe a little bit too fast for that play there, but that's a good ball to Mobston. Mobston with the offload to Singrini. Sorry about that, my friends. A dummy pass there by Wakabayashi. He's got some leg drive. 28 metres gain, fifth tackle. They'll look for a grubber. They can't get it. They can't get boot to ball. And the Rabbitohs again, after some great attack by the Panthers, let off the hook, came at.
Yeah, I think the Rabbitohs fans will be breathing a sigh of relief for that, particularly when you start seeing the ball hitting the hands of players like Wakabayashi, who is fast. You don't want them that close to the try line.
That's right, as we see the Rabbitohs now could look for a 40-20 here, and Matthews has the idea but kicks it straight down the middle of the field, and that's not quite what you want. But Riley Murray met in a solid tackle, and that's got to rattle the bones for the experienced fullback there. It's Trey Bronson-Kahu again taking in a good tackle. The man with the pink headgear. He'll be a bit disappointed with his start so far, but he won't be disappointed with the points that the Panthers have got on the board. All that looked like an accidental knock on there, but Nelson manages to regain possession. And that's a great tackle there by the Rabbitohs. Fifth tackle now. The Panthers will have to get a deep kick into the corner. They will do that through Dom Young. And not a bad kick, but Phil McCracken, the man on debut, and welcome to SRL footy, Phil. Big hit there. But don't worry, your platinum lock forward just got hit just as hard, so don't take too much into that as we go now through Dixon. Again, getting busy on this left edge. They go left now. They could look for a 40-20. They do. It's been Meriton with the duties, but Riley Murray with some great field position there has managed to defuse that one. And the Panthers again on attack. And South Sydney haven't really been giving themselves opportunities tonight. AMAC been playing out of their own half quite a lot of this match.
Yeah, that was a really nice return there. And yeah, the Panthers have definitely shown up for this last game to give it their all. And I don't think the Souths were ready for this.
No, definitely not. They would be on a confidence high after the last two games they've had. Convincing win last week against the Bulldogs and a great win the week before against my Titans. And geez, they're looking good heading into the next season. But this season's still not over, and they'll be looking to finish with some pride at stake. And taking this game all the way to Perth for regional round. And what does regional round mean to some of these wider SRL audiences that don't often get to see a lot of these games came at?
Yeah, I really like the regional rounds. I like that we're spreading it all over Australia. So we've had a couple of games out of Darwin and Perth. It's really nice to like spotlight places different and remind people from all over the place that they're part of the SRL. And when you think about players starting, they start out on the country grounds and the local ovals. So it's really special to be celebrating these grassroots and the people that help get them to where they are.
100%. If it wasn't for grassroots rugby league, we wouldn't have this competition. I know myself, having played in a lot of country games as a youngster, and there's nothing quite like country footy or rural footy. And this Perth crowd will be looking forward to seeing what this game has to offer tonight. As we see now, the ref calls handover after a great regather there by the Panthers left centre, Lachlan McKinnon. And the Rabbitohs with some real work to do here, playing the ball 90 metres out. That's Kobe Kelly with the first hit up of the set. And not a bad one there. As they go off to Egg now, and Egg gets put on the floor, and Matotia again not able to get past the advantage line. But this man here will do it. The fresh prop forward, Egg, who has been... So we have got the subs on, obviously. They've been on for about 10 minutes. So Henry Egg and Jack McLaughlin for the Rabbitohs, and Blake Harris and Segarini for the Panthers. But it's Coward now with the ball in hand, and he sidesteps one. Can't get past Finn Manning, though, in the end. And Ralph looks to drive through a few extra metres, and with 8 minutes remaining in this half, do you think we'll see another try, K-Mac?
Look, I'd really like to see some more points on the board, but these guys are really kind of fighting in that middle third a lot. It'll be interesting to see whether we can get some points on the board.
That's right, K-Mac. And so we see the Panthers now, they're going to be forced to kick it to the corner. And can the Rabbitohs get a good kick return here? It will be Freeburn with the duty, and he sidesteps one and gets dragged down towards the touchline. And they still have a bit of work to do in this set. Second tackle now, 68 metres out. Kalani now, great leg drive there by the centre. Matthews gets hit in a good tackle. They can get someone deep in the pocket here. They could look for a 40-20, but they opt to go flat and spread it instead. And Egg gets hit in a good tackle, and the Rabbitohs again kicking from inside their own 40 on the fifth tackle, and it's a knock-on advantage. Mobston takes possession of the ball. Zero tackle inside the opposition half. You'd fancy the Panthers' chances here, K-Mac.
Yeah, look, we see a lot of action in the last couple of minutes of the half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see something in the final minute here. The Panthers have been hungry for a try right now, and they're definitely not slowing up as we near the end of the half.
No, that's right. And for a game between two sides outside the finals picture, this has been a real finals style tension to it so far. Every set, every era, every field position battle matters, and these two teams showing why this competition is such a strong one, because even when you're at the bottom of the table, the quality of these sides has been very high. And I'm enjoying what they're putting on offer here for this Perth crowd tonight. As we see fourth tackle now. Rabbitohs again playing a lot of the footy down this end. 9 metres gained in that set, and that's just not good enough. If you wanted to put points on the board, you've got to be making more meterage than that. As Hitchens now, with the kick return, manages to make her way up to the 38-metre line. And Mobston put back there too, and a good driving tackle by South Sydney. So this is better defence here by South Sydney there. As the Panthers look to spread it wide. They get it out as far as Blake Harris, but not much doing there. Nilsson taking in a good tackle. They could look for a 40-20 that they will do through Phoenix Murphy, the centre. Not a player that you often see kicking the ball, but it wasn't a bad one nonetheless. And Michael Moana has the duty of returning that one. He does a good job. He gets up to the 33-metre line. But from Meriton, driven back a little bit there. He probably lost a few metres in that tackle. McCracken, the debutant. Good run there, and every run will be counting for this man tonight as he just tries to find his rhythm and ease his way into this match. As we see a kick there from Meriton on the fourth, and it's not a great one. It goes straight to McKinnon and it only makes about 20 metres. And the Panthers will have the ball for the remainder of this half, you would think, unless it's been stripped, and it has been by Walmsley. And now the Rabbitohs have 33 seconds to make something in this half. And they try a one-off run by Matthews, and he's broken his arm. And that's not good for the Rabbitohs here. As we see Cyrus Marks could make an entry here on the field in the unfamiliar number 6 position. And Robbo Mobston on the other end has just got a corpse thigh. And there's injuries all round tonight, K-Mac.
Yeah, look.
Anyways, it's half time now anyway. We'll get back to that in the...
You're confident. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're the greatest of all time.
Let me tell you something. In this life, you're either a winner or you're a loser. Y'all want to work in a steel mill like me for the rest of your days?
No, sir.
Yeah, because I sure as hell don't. Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
I need to hear you a little louder. Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
Ready whenever you are, Michael.
Do you know what I'm after? You want to be the biggest star in the world?
We need to capitalize on Michael's success. Because the Jackson family is the brand. That's our Coca-Cola. And we need to start selling. So I'm planning an international tour. This is just the beginning.
I need to think.
I told you what to think.
I love my family, but I just want to do my own thing. Just have all these ideas in my head. Just gotta get them out.
Then do it, Michael. Not a little boy anymore.
People always told me, be careful what you do.
Michael, I knew you were different the moment you were born. You have a very special life.
And mother always told me, be careful who you love.
I believe music can change the world.
When the lie becomes the truth. The bitter cheese, not my love.
Spread love.
The bitter cheese,
joy, and peace. That is what I want the world to feel. Magic.
Welcome back to HBF Stadium, where Penrith leads South Sydney at half-time thanks to the only try of a contest so far scored by Preston Beats. It's been a gritty old first half here in Perth, with both sides defending well and not giving much away. The big concern now is the injury cloud over Drew Matthews for the Rabbitohs and Robbo Mobston for the Panthers, after they both picked up some knocks late in the half. K-Mac, you had a look at some of the stats at half-time. What stands out to you there?
Yeah, look, a lot of it was, as you can imagine, with the scoreline, a 50-50 affair. I think we're looking more with the Rabbitohs completions. We were looking at only 11 of 16 completions and 49 missed tackles from the Bunnies. Then going over to the Panthers, 436 run meters for them, which is about 150 more than what the Rabbitohs have done. And their completions were looking only a fraction better with 12 out of 16. Then we had some big runners, but we might meet that once we see what's going on here.
And the South Sydney do not want that to be their story tonight. Too many missed tackles and not enough discipline through their sets. But they start the half off well through a great run there by Tim James. And perhaps they've got the wind on their back this half, as we see the other debutant there, Lung, taking the first hit up for the game. And that's another welcome to the SRL type tackle there by the Penrith defence there, K-Mac.
Yeah, absolutely. The Penrith defence line has been pretty fantastic for the end of the season here. It seems like they've been building up, not winding down as the season gets to the end.
Yeah, and that's the way you want to do it. And some of these teams obviously haven't been in the finals picture for quite some time now, but there's always pride to play for. And as you look towards the next season, you want to be going into that with a lot of confidence. And both of these teams will be wanting to come away with a win tonight, as we see Harris now. A good run there, but gets taken on the 54th tackle. They come left. Preston Beats, the try scorer. He gets hit in a good tackle, and the Panthers now with some work to do with the kick, and it's Dom Young has the duties straight down the throat of Mickey Freeburn, and that's not a bad return there by Freeburn as they start their set on the 22-metre line. Risky ball off there to Kobe Kelly. Couldn't quite get through the gap, and Penrith were able to answer that one there as the Rabbitohs tried to throw something at them, but they go left now through Dixon. Great sidestep there by the left edge, but couldn't get past the next tackle. And again, another 40 or 20 attempt, and could this be the first one of the game? I don't think it's got the angle or the distance, and Hitchens is there to defuse it. She makes her way up to the 20. They go through the middle now to Shackelford. That's a good run there by Shackelford as they come left again. TBK hitting another solid tackle by his opposite there, and Kobe Kelly seems to have had his number all night tonight. TBK hasn't been able to break the advantage line with any of his runs yet, and this time he looks to offload the ball. It's to Dom Young out there on the left edge, and he gets brought into touch, and South Sydney have a real attacking opportunity now, probably one of the best ones they've had all game. And when you're 50 minutes through a match, you're going to want to take that opportunity. It's the first tackle there from McCracken. It's just a bit of a settler. Walmsley the same. They come right now. Flat ball off to Matotia, and geez, he's been getting hit. They've had his number all match as well. Tim James looks to spark something. Can't quite get through that first line of defence. Lang, great pass there to Colonna. And they won't probably get attacking kick here unless they go for the deep grubber, which they tried to, but Wakabayashi's there to pick it up, and Penrith now with an exit set looking to make some yardage up through the middle through Shackelford. They look to go right, but Wakabayashi sells a dummy and runs straight into Kobe Kelly after that. Another dummy half run there from Hitchens. And they'd maybe just be setting themselves up for that tactical play that a lot of these teams like to attempt, and it's the 40-20, but no one's been successful tonight. And Nelson wasn't successful that time, kicks it straight down to Moana. And the Rabbitohs go left here through the debutant McCracken. Another good run there by Phil McCracken. Michael Moana. Some strong leg drive there, getting a couple of post-contact meters. They come open side now. Flat ball at the line. Oh, it's gone forward, or it's been knocked on there. And the Panthers starting another set inside the Bunnies half, and that's been the story of the night, K-Mac.
Yeah, it seems that the for South Sydney just haven't had the opportunity to spend much time in the Panthers half, and they're spending quite a lot of time fending the Panthers off.
Yeah, and when you're not completing your sets, that tends to happen, and the Panthers have been playing smart. Inside ball now to Story. Story gets under the post for a try, and that's a great try there by Brad Story off the bench, playing in the left centre position, right centre perhaps. And a good run there. Look at the goose step, dots under the middle, and the Panthers now up 10-0. TBK should hit the extras, and we've got a 12-point ball game. But I still believe the Rabbitohs are definitely in this one. What do they need to do, K-Mac, to get back into this game?
Yeah, look, what they really need to be doing is completing their sets. You don't score points if you don't have the ball, as a wise man named Snicko Bro once told me. So, yeah, I think that's what they really need to knuckle down on. These early handovers are really what's costing them the game at this point.
Yeah, that was a big moment for the Panthers in the context of this game. It was already a grind for the Rabbitohs at 6-0, but 12-0 changes everything. And the Panthers have done exactly what you want from a side leading at halftime. Come out, strike first, and put the pressure squarely back on South Sydney as they look now to get a good exit set after points. And South Sydney have really fired up and are looking to take them on in defence, as that looks slightly forward to TBK, but the referee's called play on, and a good run it was by the captain. Third tackle now. They spread it wide, right out to Beats, and that's a good run there by the prop forward. Fourth tackle. They come to the middle of the field through Bonsakahu, and 58 metres gained. And that's it after scoring points. It's exactly what you want to be doing, K-Mac.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly what the Panthers needed to do the whole game. They've been really beating down the door of the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, and for the Rabbitohs, the problem for the first half are now magnified. Missed tackles, poor completions, and now they're chasing a 2-score game. I'd like to think they can get back in this one, but anything can happen in the SRL, as we well know. We see Van Meriton there making a great break, and this is just what South Sydney need. A bit of momentum in their favour. And Moana, great step, great line break, great try. And this is exactly what the Bunnies needed. They've struck back quickly, and we've got a 6-point ball game now after the kick to come, which you'd think they'll slot over pretty quickly. I think it's Declan Connell with the kicking duties tonight, or is it Finn Manning? We'll find out in a second. But yeah, that was a great try, K-Mac.
Yeah, just as we were saying, this is what they need to do. And not at all surprised that it was Michael Moana who took the chocolates for that one.
Yeah, dangerous fullback he is, and we touched on that earlier. The matchup between the two fullbacks tonight, and they both seem to have been fairly quiet as far as fullbacks go, but quite often they will inject themselves into the second half of this match, and Michael Wine are doing that just now. And that's the response Finn Manning would have been demanding of his team, and you'd think he'd be a happy man at this point in the game with 23 minutes to go. They're still definitely in it as they get a short ball off there to Walmsley. Geez, if he escaped that tackle, he could have been away up the field as Matotia takes another good leg drive from the lock forward. Lang now, good ball out there from the debutant. Off to Freeburn, that's a great line break there. And Mickey Freeburn has just run himself a good 30 metres up the field. And the Bunnies looking for a great set after points, 42 metres gained. They're going to have to kick it now through Matotia, and it's an accidental knock on and to the Panthers. So the Panthers were just trying to put a bit too much pressure on that kick and ended up playing at it and knocking it on. And now the Rabbitohs have another set starting just on the halfway line as Walmsley makes a good break, gets the offload off to Tim James. Tim James makes a few more post-contact metres. Second tackle now. Oh, wobbly old pass there, and that one's forward. And that's the domino effect, isn't it, K-Mac? When you get an ugly pass out of dummy half, the next pass is never good either.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely something that you've got to worry about. They were getting quite a lot of momentum going too, so maybe a little bit excited as well there.
Yeah, and the Rabbitohs really have a task now, and they will just want to eliminate any metres gained by this Panthers side and perhaps put some pressure on the kick when it comes to try to force an error and get the ball back inside the half. But it'd be still hard to pick a winner in this one, K-Mac. I'm struggling. Panthers obviously looked like they had all the momentum in the first half, but the Rabbitohs now with the momentum. And sorry to cut you off there, you were saying.
No. Yeah, that I would agree. There's not quite a lot of I can't see where the points or who the points are coming from. These guys are just going at it. And it's great to watch.
A hugely physical game now, and that's what the Perth crowd would have wanted to see. I know the tickets were pretty quick to sell, but a few of them haven't made it to the ground tonight due to possibly some weather issues, but it has been a pretty rowdy crowd for the most part, as we see the kick there from Lang, the first kick probably of their SRL career. Sorry, not quite sure of the pronouns there, but we'll get it right eventually. Wakabayashi tries to make a few metres, but Matoti is up to the task and drives him back in a good tackle. Harris now. Oh, short ball off to Jimmy Ralph, and Jimmy Ralph, that's a great run there by the second rower. Been a bit quiet in this one tonight. Dom Young, flat ball now to his captain. Captain gets an offload. It's a great offload to Hannah Hitchens. Hitchens, deep pass out to Jimmy Ralph. And this is more like it from the Panthers now. There's a fourth tackle. They come near side. Short ball off to TBK. TBK, another offload. Wakabayashi makes a few extra metres and just shows how good offloads can work sometimes when they're accurate, K-Mac.
Yeah, absolutely. This is when you trust your team players and you're working well together, you know there's going to be someone at the other end of the pass. It all works beautifully. And
trust is a huge part of it, isn't it? When you're throwing those offloads, just knowing that you're going to have a team member there running a good supportive line, and that's what the Panthers have been doing over the last few minutes with some good offloads. And now the Rabbitohs struggling for field position again. They're going to try a 40-20 attempt, but the Panthers have put some pressure on it, and they're now starting their attacking set 40 metres out from the try line. As Blake Harris now with the line break. Another offload off to Lachlan McKinnon. McKinnon should go all the way. Goose steps one, gets down, and that's a try with 15 minutes remaining. Panthers see themselves up 16 points to 6 with the kick to come. And K-Mac, that's a well-timed try for the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah. I think with the 2 converted tries plus extras, I think the Rabbitohs are going to have a hard time trying to chase that down. Although we do still have 14 minutes left, so anything can happen. They're just going to have to work extra hard, and they really need to keep these Panthers, who are showing a whole new level of energy, out.
Yeah, and that was a massive response from Penrith after Michael Moana gave the Rabbitohs some life. The Bunnies now find themselves down by 12 points with 14 and a half minutes remaining. They're going to want to get a deep kickoff here now and really track the Panthers down their end of the field. But with some tired bodies out there, it's going to be a hard task, but it's one I believe they're up to. As the ball goes straight down the throat of Dom Young, and he gets the ball off to Jimmy Ralph. And Ralph now will play the ball on the 10-metre line. Blake Harris put on his back, and that's a great tackle by South Sydney. This is exactly what they want to do if they want to stay in this match. They're going to have to keep Penrith down here. And third tackle now on the 10-metre line. That's exactly what the Rabbitohs are doing, K-Mac.
Yeah, absolutely. This is some excellent defence here from the Rabbitohs, and it's hopefully going to give them some excellent field position. I was watching that. Have you been seeing those weird glitches?
Yeah, definitely seen it a few times lately, and I mean, these referees and touch judges, we respect their job, but sometimes these calls you can see them from sitting up in the grandstands here, and it was definitely touched the Rabbitohs player, and whether it was a knock on, I'm not too sure, but the referees called it that one as the Panthers now look to move their way forward through Lachlan McKinnon. They go blindside now. It's wide ball out to Harrison Coward, and not a bad one. They'll kick it now about 30 metres out eventually when they get the ball, and it's Nilsson with the task. He's put a high one up. It's not a bad one, but Moana, he's able to take it, and they'll have a 7 tackle set from the 20-metre line, the Rabbitohs. And the number 6 Evan Meriton gets hit in a good tackle. Sorry, K-Mac, to cut you off again.
No. I thought you were having a quick sip of drink. I was. This will be an excellent opportunity for the Rabbitohs. Desperate time to get some points on the board for them.
100% as we see Michael Moana now look to have a wee scoop from dummy half. Not much doing there though, as the Rabbitohs middle were all over that one. Dixon there looking for the offload, but the support players just weren't there. They come middle now through Moana again, getting a lot of touches late in the second half for the Rabbitohs. 39 metres gained in this set. They'll want to put some pressure on with this kick. They do that through the boot of Lang, and Lang gets it down as far as Riley Murray, and this is a dangerous thing for the Rabbitohs, but Murray well contained in the tackle there by Kobe Kelly. Wakabayashi now with the offload to Murphy. And the Rabbitohs back on the task of defending and trying to keep this Panthers side in their own half. So we see Hitchens play the ball. Wakabayashi gets the ball out to McKinnon. McKinnon steps one. Can't get past the platinum lock forward Matotia. And TBK gets in another good tackle, and that's a great defensive set there by the Rabbitohs. Only 21 metres gained, and to top it all off, they've forced the error, and they will have a 6 tackle set, inside the 30 metre zone. As Lang now goes for a run, the debutant fends one, gets the offload off to Matotia, try under the post, and that is a great try there. All through the magic of Wee Lang, the debutant for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and they're well and truly back in this one, K-Mac.
Yeah, that was a brilliant piece of football there. Wee Lang, amazing for your your debut. Congratulations. You have just assisted in bringing this scoreline right back up to double digits each.
Yes, and while all debutants will go onto the field wanting to score their first try, I think sometimes it's more satisfying getting the assist and being the creator, and that's what Wheelang did there, and an amazing passage of play there for the Rabbitohs. And they will receive the ball now off kickoff, 6 points down, 7.5 minutes to go. It's still anyone's game, and I'm loving this one, K-Mac.
Yeah, this second half has actually been just full of action, and the will they won't they of both of the teams. Not sure which way it's going to go.
As the Bunnies now have an exit set to get themselves out of their own half, and they're going to need a line break if they want to make something happen here. And they try it through Matotia, but he's met in a good tackle there by TBK. Manning gets a bit of a leg drive going. They've really got to make something happen here with this tackle. And it's Declan Connell with the task. Finds an offload off to Manning. Manning shouting at his dummy half here for the ball, and they've managed to gain 44 metres. So again, the task now is to get a good kick away, which they unfortunately don't manage to do, and it's going to be a knock on there. And let's see who's got possession, because you never know with this game. It's the Panthers with a 7 tackle set now, 60 metres out from their try line. First tackle now, Drake Harris plays the ball. Wakabayashi goes for a wee scoot. Makes it as far as the 50-metre line. Oh, the Panthers just overran it there, and Hannah Hitchens just had to scoot herself out of dummy half. They've got a bit more shape now out on the left side as TBK just takes a hit up, and 5 minutes remaining. Panthers looking like they just want to play it safe and keep the ball in hand. And the Rabbitohs just look like they want to diffuse any meterage gained by this Panthers team. And a good defensive set there by the Rabbitohs, only conceding 13 metres came at.
Yeah, this is a proof that the Rabbitohs are going to fight down to the last second of this game. And the Panthers really having to work hard to keep the Rabbitohs out here. We've seen a couple of line breaks, starting to think that maybe the Panthers are getting a bit tired. They've only got to hang on for a few more minutes and they've got the game, but the Souths are hungry for this win. So they need to be very careful.
And can Ben Meriton channel his inner Nathan Cleary here and get that desperate 40-20 that they need to stay in this game? It's a great kick, but it just didn't have the bounce. And Nelson there able to defuse it just on the 22-metre line, right beside the touchline. So it was a good kick by the Rabbitohs, but the Panthers up to the task, as we see now McKinnon make a couple of extra metres there after contact. They go blindside now to Coward. Coward gets the ball up to the 40-metre line, and you guess it, we're going to have another 40-20 attempt now through Nelson. And this time, Moana's up to the task, and they just can't get the ball over the touchline in these 40-20 attempts tonight, K-Mac.
Yeah, this was probably the closest attempt that I've seen because they just haven't had the angle right. Some of them have had the length, but that one just bounced right into Michael Moana.
Yeah, and he'll be happy to defuse that one after the I don't know what happened in the last kick he took down there, but it's not a great kick by the Panthers and by the Rabbitohs, and the Panthers now have a chance just to stick a nail in the coffin. First tackle, 30 metres out, Murphy hitting a solid tackle there by the debutant Wee Lang. Flat ball out to Manning. Manning wasn't the man it was meant to go to, though, as he's intercepted that one. 16 seconds remaining. They need to play it now. They need to make something happen. But the Panthers will finish this game off with a solid tackle, and the Bunnies won't get to play the ball. And that will be your final score of the night. The Panthers looking happy with that one, K-Mac.
Yeah, look, we didn't know where that was going to head. 12-18. Only 6 points in it, and geez, it really did come down to the line there. When Finn Manning grabbed the ball right at the end, I thought, is this going to be the game changer and send us into golden point? A really interesting game. Looking at that possession, and look, the Panthers owned the ball, and I think that might be the name of the game. As we were saying earlier, you've got to have the ball to score the points, and with 30% possession, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and it's quite amazing, 30% of the possession, but 24 line breaks to the Panthers only getting 22 with 70% of the possession. So it does show you it doesn't matter how much attacking flair you've got. If you don't have the pill, you can't do anything with it. And there's some interesting stats there, really, that meters gained fairly even, line breaks are even, missed tackles 80 to 91 in the Panthers' favour. The Rabbitohs having to do more defending, obviously, as they only had 30% of the possession, but the score, 18-12 to the Panthers, you'd think they probably could have put more on the scoreboard with that much possession came at.
Yeah, absolutely. I would think so too. It's just a testament to how strong that defence line from the Bunnies was tonight.
You're right there. And as we go to some player stats for the Rabbitohs, I'll walk you through this one. We'll start off with Big Kevin Dixon, 143 run meters, 15 tackles and 2 line breaks. One of the standouts there for the Rabbitohs. Also Mickey Freeburn made some good kick returns there. We'll talk about Phil McCracken as well on debut. 57 meters gained, 1 line break, no errors. That's probably one of the big stats you want to see. No missed tackles, no errors. So great debut there, Phil McCracken. As we move down now to Michael Moana, 194 run meters, 12 tackles, 3 line breaks, and a try that really gave South Sydney some hope through the middle of that second half. Matoti, another man over 100 run meters with 125, 2 line breaks. As we move down now towards the Merton, and for Merton with 273 kicking meters, I thought he controlled the game well with the boot, but there was just a bit of trouble with those 40-20 attempts tonight for the young man. And if a couple of those had landed, there could have been a different story in the scoreline. But we'll go down now again, and we want to have a look at Wee Lang on debut as well. 74 run meters in 40 minutes, 5 tackles, couple of line breaks, and that great try assist. It was one of the try assists of the year, in my opinion. And you can hold your head up high too, Wee, for a great debut. As we go now to the Panthers stats, and K-Mac will walk us through this.
Yeah, thanks for that. Let's have a quick look through. So, Kane Nielsen, 261 kick meters, a line break, and 110 meters run. Excellent day there for him. Blake Harris, 58 minutes on, 108 meters run, and 18 tackles. What an absolute massive effort there. Dom Young, 173 run meters, 402 kick meters out of 10 kicks, and a try assist. Spectacular night from him as well. TBK, 139 run meters, and 17 tackles for him. He's had an excellent night as well. Anna Hitchens, 139 as well. So captain and vice captain, same run meters. Who else we got down here? We've got Rusty Shackelford, 104 run meters in 43 minutes. Busy night for Rusty. And Riley Murray, 145 run meters throughout the game there.
Yeah, and the Penrith Panthers finished their season on a high with an 18-12 win over South Sydney here at HBF Stadium in Perth. The Panthers controlled the game for long stretches with a massive 70% of possession, and in the end that proved too much for the Rabbitohs to overcome. And from us here tonight, thanks for your company, and we look forward to seeing you for more SRL action as we move into the playoffs now. I've been Max Topoki, with me has been K-Mac, and we hope you all have a good night.